Hello again everyone, Age of Dune here, and we are back casting another League of Legends game. As you can see here, it is mostly diamonds from last season, and again it does have the odd one, and XJ9, and a few other names that we know that are fairly high up there, so it'll be fun to watch. I know in this one in particular, poor Mr. the Odd One actually wanted to jungle Taric after the recent Taric changes, and he did not, unfortunately for him, get it because the person who, I believe it was, I don't know who it was, I think it might have been Spazpope, but he thought that he was choosing Taric to support, so he chose Hecarim to jungle. So there's much sadness there, and the Odd One had to go Hecarim instead of Taric jungle. I have seen a couple of his games today that he did actually Taric jungle, which were fairly interesting, really. Apparently he's a fairly decent jungler now with the changes. I'm not really surprised. That was the entire purpose of the changes, to make it so that Taric can do something other than just support. For those of you who don't know, Taric's changes his, ooh, that was a pull on Hecarim. He was trying to pull blue, got Hecarim instead. But anyway, the Taric changes, the Shatter, his Shatter spell got nerfed for laning, in that it now has a percentage of Taric's armor for the aura bonus, whereas before it had a flat 15 to 30 armor, which was really nice and is what made him so powerful in lane. Well, that was part of what made him so powerful in lane, was that armor. But now he doesn't have that armor as much. He's got a 12% armor bonus. So 12% of the armor is shared with his allies. He himself still has the armor, the flat armor, but only 12% of that is shared. So it was a massive nerf there. Oh, there we go. There's first blood already, maybe? Nope. Pretty close though. She got really close to dying. She got really close to dying. It looks like Nidalee's not going to go back yet. They're wanting this to end. Nidalee also got changed, by the way. Her Cougar form abilities are now higher for AP. Looks like Nocturne's coming in for a gank. I'll go back to Taric in a moment. I'm not done talking about him. But Nocturne is here waiting for the gank, waiting for LeBlanc to push out a little bit. Apparently he's decided that that's not going to happen, though, so he's just going to go ahead and walk away. Oh, she did go in. There she goes, and she does take down Nidalee. Now Nocturne is coming in. He does land his speed, or his whatever that is. It makes him go faster, and it looks really awesome. So he did land that on her, and he landed it on her again, so she's going to have to fall back. Isn't that awesome, though? I like that. So anyway, yeah, she does get first blood there. But Taric's other changes, his passive was reworked, so that instead of granting mana back on hitting, that was interesting, he now does extra damage based on how much mana he has. It's, I believe a certain percentage of his magic damage is now dealt, or his mana pool is now dealt as magic damage. So that was an interesting gank there. They were attempting to take down the Irelia. It did not end up working, though. And instead it ended up giving her a kill on Jace. So now it looks like the Odd One is wanting to take her down, but he's turret diving at 4, and this, I'm not sure he's going to get it. He does get her, but he does go down as well. So he just lost double buff, and she just got a kill. So not really the best of ideas. She just got 2 kills out of that little double engagement there. And they only got 1. And I'm not sure that Jace got an assist. Jace did get an assist. No, Jace did not get an assist out of that. So now that ended up being a kill for Hecarim. Nice for Hecarim. But he died as well and lost double buffs, which is not nice for Hecarim. And it gave Nocturne the opportunity to steal his jungle. Interestingly, Nocturne did not leave any wolf. So it actually might not inhibit the Odd One's jungling all that much. And by the way, Taric's other change, he actually had a few there. Shatter, the damage now scales off of armor as well. So his damage is a lot more powerful. This is what made him, in large part, a lot more powerful for the jungle. Oh, hold on. Didn't realize he was still going in on this. So yeah, he landed his stun and then went up and actually he just beat her to death. Whack, whack. Alright, very nice. So his damage did go up because of that. So that is why he's a much better jungler now. He does a lot more damage when he hits things, as long as he has a decent amount of mana. and his damage from Shatter is massively increased compared to before. So overall, it's a buff for not support Taric, and it may be, at least in some ways, a buff for support Taric simply in that he does more damage, but it's a nerf to support Taric in that he's not going to be able to give nearly as much of a benefit. Oh, that was very nice. She almost took him down. It's a good attempt there. He's still sticking around menacing that Blitzcrank back. That Shatter's very dangerous. You have to watch out for that. Now that it scales off of armor and AP, it's pretty nasty. So there we go. Let's go ahead and get everything here lined up as we like to do now. Oh, darn. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at that. I was even right here. So she's at right around half health. I want to see how she just took her down to all the way down. Boom. Jumped in and just instantly destroyed her. Nocturne came in to take her down, but unfortunately for him, Oddone was there as well. So down, he's taking a lot of damage. He does not die though. He escapes out of that with 19 health, unfortunately. For the Oddone was tanking the tower, so he had to fall back. Was not quite able to finish him, and Nocturne lives. So good job to Nocturne. Let us continue with this. Nocturne is jungling versus Hecarim. We've got Blitzcrank versus Taric, and everything else is now lined up. Irelia versus Jace, and Nidalee versus LeBlanc. So Nidalee's changes that I mentioned, her... it's just a few of her Cougar form abilities. I believe Pounce was one of them. They scale better off of AP. Point being is that oh, also, Cougar form doesn't grant as much magic resist or armor. The reason for this is that the team apparently wanted... Oh, wow. Very nice. Vayne is in trouble. In goes the Tristana, trying to take her down. She's trying to take Tristana down at the same time. Vayne is going to die to Blitzcrank, though. Is Taric going to get Tristana? Taric does get the stun off on her. He does have Shatter, so if he gets within range, he does not get within range. And now Blitzcrank is coming in on him. He's getting trouble. He does heal himself, but there is the Tristana, you know, heal yourself anymore thing. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. He does get pulled back over to Blitzcrank, and he does Shatter because of it. I have used that one myself a few times. And now in comes the odd one to take down this Blitzcrank. And Blitzcrank just got shoved into the wall, and he is going to go down as well. So down he goes. LeBlanc came in to take him down, but unfortunately for her, it didn't happen. Jace just died up top, so I'd like to go ahead and take a look at that. I know it was a Nocturne gank. Yeah, it was a little bit farther back then. Alright, so there we go. Aurelia went in, stunned the Jace, he punted her out of the way, but Nocturne came in with his ulti, and there's the fear. So Jace did actually get out of the fear and is trying to run away. He does go through his tower, but unfortunately he is within range. Oh! He was just a little bit closer to the... He almost made it through that. The gate would not have worked in this case, though, because what actually killed him was Nocturne's... What is that called? I believe... Yes, Duskbringer. That's what actually killed him. So, he wouldn't have escaped from that because he was within range of Duskbringer either way. So, he was going to die, but he had hope in sight. And that is the... most painful time to die. When you think you might actually make it out of this alive, only to find out that you don't. So, alright, yeah, Nidalee, the point of the changes apparently for Nidalee was to try to get her to not, AP Nidalee in particular, to not just stay on the outskirts of the battle and throw her spear. She's more of a... She's actually able to go in now safely and try to do damage like the Bruiser Nidalee does. Oh, wow. That's half of her health by that LeBlanc. LeBlanc's really nasty about that in lane. She can do a lot of damage to you. She does get shut down pretty hard by MR, and apparently she's also really bad at pushing. So if you do have a LeBlanc in your lane... One thing you can do is just push your lane and then immediately go elsewhere. Just go gank another lane. That is what I've been told is the best way to counter a LeBlanc. In comes the Nocturne though. She does slow him down and so it actually stuns him. There's the fake LeBlanc. She's now trying to get out of this. She does toss that at Nidalee on the off chance that Nidalee was going to get caught. Nidalee did end up dodging it though, so she's okay. So I ping back there. I think they were warning about Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank did pink ward here and got rid of the blue team or purple team's pink ward. So he doesn't really want them to be able to do that. He's in this bush waiting. He wanted to go ahead and grab somebody, but it did not end up happening. Now, oh wow, LeBlanc just got Nidalee again. No, LeBlanc's getting really fed here, but late game she's more of an assassin. There she goes. Okay, so there we go. She landed her stun, and boom, there we go. She just went down. Now there's a ping back on Jace. Yep. I don't know why. And no, I really don't know why. So I guess because he wasn't warded and they figured Nocturne might be going that way. Fortunately for him, he wasn't, and now he has warded it, so he doesn't have to worry about that quite as much anymore. She did try to... LeBlanc's there is trying to take down that Nocturne, or at least do a bit of damage to him, but she didn't end up being able to hit him. Also, one of the new change in the new patch is pings, actually. There are multiple types of new pings. I'm not seeing anybody use them at the moment. I don't know. It is actually possible that they're just not showing up in spectator mode. I'm honestly not sure. I do know that I have you... Oh, nice pull there. Pulling Vayne to you. Didn't really do you anything, but I think he was trying to get them out of the way. Oh, Jace is actually under attack again. I want to take a look at that then. Sorry, there we go again. He's over here. That's the interesting things happening down there. She went in on him. There comes the Nocturne again. He does flash out of it. She's still using her ulti. There's the fear from Nocturne, but he does knock the Nocturne away, so the fear does not end up happening. But Nocturne is actually faster than he is, so he's trying to escape. There is his ignite. So he did ignite the Nocturne. Nocturne does end up going down as well. Irelia did get the kill on Jace, but Jace also got a kill on Nocturne, so that ended up being pretty decent for Jace. Irelia also, it ended up being decent for her, but... Ooh, and a dragon kill by the purple team. So that definitely came out ahead for Jace. Because the reason I say that is not just, you know, the fact that he got a kill, but also while Nocturne was up here, that told the rest of the purple team that, hey, it's safe to go and get dragon, because Nocturne's not going to be there to counter it. He's not going to be there with his team to try to push you back or kill you. Now is a great time. So his team went in and took that dragon, which got Jace that little bit of extra gold, and really... might have tipped the scales in his balance a little bit there for that fight. Overall, he's still a little bit behind in CS. I'd say he's probably, yeah, he's still slightly behind in gold. But still, all in all, that ended up being very nice for him. Just down bot, Blitzcrank and Taric still going at it on each other. Vayne's taking quite a bit of damage from Trist there. Trist is actually doing quite well. And actually both AD carries scale really well into late game. I'm not sure which one scales better. I think Vayne scales slightly better, but I'm honestly not sure because Tristana's really good and she has a huge range late game. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I do know that Trist is very scary late game, but at the same time, so is Vayne. Nidalee almost died again from LeBlanc. LeBlanc is about to get blue buff. Nidalee really needs to see, does she have any MR? She does not have any MR at the moment. She really needs to get some MR, which would really hurt the LeBlanc quite a bit if she does. But I'm not sure she's intending on it. Let's see. Oh, very nice attempted pull there. Did not end up working. He saw Taric walking that way, so he thought he was going to be able to pull him because he expected Taric to continue, but unfortunately for him, Taric did turn around at the last second. Now it looks like the odd one's coming in and wanting to go ahead and get a gank on. This isn't warded, but I don't think the blue team knows. There's the Taric stun. She does end up using exhaust on him. Well, in comes the odd one. There's his ulti, which scares her back that way. And the Vayne also attempted to punch her into the wall. It didn't end up working, but the Tristana still ended up going down because they just went ahead and turret dove. Nocturne's coming in to help now. There is a pull from Blitzcrank on Taric. Taric's trying to escape now. The odd one and Vayne are coming back in. Taric is taking the tower. He might end up going down from this, but in the meantime, Nocturne's actually taking quite a bit of damage by these guys. Taric does not go down, but neither does Nocturne at the moment. So they are probably going to go in on this tower, going to try to take it down. Nocturne's the only defender here, so he really can't do too much. He does use his ability to kill the minions, but they're probably just going to tank it. Nope, I was wrong. They don't. Okay, so the tower does stand, and now LeBlanc was actually being attacked by Irelia. When did Irelia come down? I want to see that. Okay, so she just came down from the top. It's not warded, so LeBlanc did not even know. But there's the ping from Irelia. saying, Nidalee, I'm coming in. LeBlanc went off, did a lot of damage to Nidalee, but but she did end up taking the tower. So she did end up going down because of it. She took a couple tower shots, and she was not quite able to escape. She did end up using the Irelia flash, though. So that's always a good thing. When you can use your enemy's flash, it's at least somewhat worth it. It's not nearly as worth it as, had you not died. But using up the flash is a good thing. But unfortunately for her, she also used hers, so I think she did, didn't she? Yeah, she used her flash. So she tried to escape that, but she did not end up making it. Jace is sitting here. Okay, yeah, he's going to go back. I think he was just waiting there for an item. Second there was word he was DC'd. Thankfully not. Down bottom lane, it's now 103 CS to 91. So Vayne's actually not too far behind. It looks like Tristana's wanting to take this tower. She's really good at taking towers because of her ability, I believe. Is it that one? Rapid fire, yeah. Increases her attack speed by 45%, which is really nasty when you're taking a tower. It just goes right down. Oh. Let's see that. Yeah, she's really good at taking towers because of that. And that is partially why she scales so well in the late game, because of that attack speed. Jace came in. She knew he was coming, so she decided to go in on that tower. And she was actually really close to being dead. But he chose to walk away just a little bit, and she did end up taking him down. I don't know if he misclicked or what. Maybe he figured that his abilities were off of or on cooldown, so he wasn't going to be able to do it. But she did end up taking him down, no problem. Now in comes the odd one, going to try to take her down. She actually just stunned him, but he's attacking her quite a bit. Nocturne's coming in. So the odd one is walking away. I don't think he knows about Nocturne yet. Oh, in comes the Nocturne, but the odd one does take down Irelia before he dies. Now here comes LeBlanc trying to take down the Nocturne. The Nocturne doesn't really know about... Oh, he does know about her. He did fall back, and LeBlanc figures that she's not going to be able to take him out anyway, so she's going to go back to mid. The blue team did take down the turret down bottom, though, so it ended up being a 1-for-1 with a turret for the purple team. I don't think Jace got an assist for that. He did not. Unfortunately, he'd been dead a little bit too long by the time the odd one was able to take down that Irelia. But even still... Oh. Nocturne was actually waiting in that bush for Jace, so Jace just got caught again. He's getting really close to dead. He did punt the Nocturne back, but the Nocturne did flash to him. The Jace flashed out as well. In comes the Nocturne again. The Nocturne does take him down, so now Hecarim's coming again to try to take him down. The odd one actually has XG9 quite low. Nocturne did just go ahead and use his spell shield there. He also... he feared the odd one, and unfortunately for him, LeBlanc was coming as well to help take that down. Wow, Blitzcrank is actually really low. If he pulls him... Taric knows he's not gonna survive, so he was just trying to go for a Blitzcrank. But if you notice, Jace again did not get an assist. It took slightly too long, so yet again he did not get an assist for that kill. So he was kind of sad. Irelia did get a kill down bottom, so she's rapidly shooting up. She's 6-3-2. Jace is only 2-5-0. He only has 2 kills, which is really unfortunate for him. And a Fed Irelia is really nasty. A Fed LeBlanc is nasty as well, but I'd argue an Irelia is far scarier. So Hecarim came in again, but this time Irelia is a whole lot higher up. But Vayne is coming in as well. So we'll have to see how this ends up working out. Hecarim is trying to get her there, trying to maneuver her into position, but Tristana's coming as well, so the purple team is going to have to fall back. Tristana went ahead and did a bit of damage to Vayne. Vayne is still chasing after, though. Tristana did jump out of that. In comes the Hecarim with his ulti. He does scare the Tristana back. Vayne does end up taking her down. Irelia is trying to take the Vayne down. Vayne does go down, but Hecarim is trying to take down Irelia. There is the Blitzcrank pull, making him not able to reach Irelia. So unfortunately for them, it was a 1-for-1, which isn't too bad. And I believe Vayne got a kill out of that. I'm not sure, but I think so. So there's a lot of pings going here on Nidalee. Taric did stun and shatter and ulti her, but now she's running away and towards Blitzcrank. LeBlanc unfortunately took the wrong way to chase her down. So now she's running this way. LeBlanc is coming up from behind, though. So there is yet again the stun from Taric and Shatter, and now in comes the Hecarim to try to take her down. She's probably going to go down. I believe Hecarim is faster than her, even though she is in the bush. So Hecarim's doing quite a bit of damage to her. Taric is still there. Oh, she does flash over that wall, though, which means that she does escape that with no problem. LeBlanc is going in on the Blitzcrank. There's the Ignite on Blitzcrank. She does go off, do a bit more damage to him. He does go down. Irelia tried to reach him in time, but unfortunately for her, she was not able to. There's the Taric stun. She did go in on LeBlanc. She's still going in on LeBlanc. LeBlanc getting really low, and LeBlanc does go down. Now Hecarim's on the run. Taric, unfortunately, is way back. I believe he's going to go down to this Irelia and Tristana combo. Yes, he does end up going down. Vayne is coming in. So she does end up finding Irelia there. She punts her away. In comes the Jace as well. So there's the flash from Irelia. Unfortunately for Tristana, she was there, but she was able to jump over the wall safely as well. So both of them actually did end up escaping from that. Now the odd one's going to go ahead and go back, while the blue team is going back as well. Nocturne was pushing the tower in the meantime, but he did not end up being able to take it. It's currently 1 tower for 2 towers. So purple team's winning on towers. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, so I guess that's weird. So apparently it tells you the number of your towers that are done. You'd think it'd be, total team tower kills would be the number of towers your team has killed. But the blue team is... no. Sorry, I was being a doofus. Yes, the blue team has taken down 2, and the purple team has taken down 1. I don't know what I was thinking. I was kind of weird. But the the blue team is going to go ahead and take down another tower as well. So there is the 3rd tower for the blue team. The purple team has all 3 of their outer turrets taken down, while the blue team only has this one. That is gone. Hecarim's now going to go ahead and farm this up. Taric's coming down, but he really doesn't want to farm it himself. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. There's a whole bunch of stuff with that. There's a blue ping on Baron, interestingly enough. I'm not sure if they're saying just to ward it or what. But there it was. Nocturne's going in on the golems, counter-jungling a bit. Jace is just farming. Everybody's just farming at the moment. So now we can go ahead and go back on those pings. Judging by the fact that I have not heard any separate ping sounds, and in the stream at least there were quite a few. By the way, the blue team is going in on Baron, and the purple team has no idea, so blue team's probably going to get a free Baron out of this. But the ping menu, anytime you would normally do a ping, like either you do G or V, now if you hold your mouse instead of just clicking, it'll bring up a little radial menu and allow you to select different ping types. Like if you slide your mouse this way after it, I believe it says you are on your way. Yeah. If you ping and then slide your mouse that way, it says I'm on my way, and it marks where you clicked. And then it'll put a little marker there on the ground that says your whatever your character is, Taric or whatever. In my case, it's usually Taric or Thresh. And then it'll map out on the minimap a line from where you are to where that is. So it tells you it tells your teammates where the auto router is going to route you. Ooh, Taric just got hit there. If you slide this way, it does a enemy MIA ping. Ooh, there was the dragon for actually just Vayne. Very nice. Let's see. If you slide down, I believe it's assist me. And if you slide up, it's caution. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. The caution is pretty much the same as current V ping. Almost the same. Not exactly, but it's very close. Blitzcrank actually did just go down there. He got caught out of position quite heavily. So they just did get a free kill out of that. Now they're pushing mid. The blue team still has Baron, but it is currently 4 versus 5. So purple team feels pretty secure in the moment. Irelia is wanting to come in, but Taric did just ward that, so now she has to fall back because she knows she's seen. I believe she saw that anyway. Taric's taking quite a bit of damage from Tristana. And now they're going in. There we go. The Tristana did just get hit by that Hecarim ulti, but she is going to live out of this. Amazingly. She got really low. So Irelia is still here. Tristana's having to go back. Nidalee is still here at full health. So the purple team is not going to be able to safely push mid. They are not going to be able to take that tower, and indeed they are all pinging to fall back. Fall back, fall back. Alright. So yeah. Each one of the different pings is actually pretty interesting. They all mark the map a little bit different. It shows up on the mini-map and on the regular map. Oh, in they go. The Vayne was the first to fall to Irelia, and ooh, the Jace just got pulled by Blitzcrank. The Jace just went down. Now the LeBlanc is going down, and the Hecarim went down as well. Now Taric is stuck out of position. He tried to go in to help. He's going to go down as well. There's a triple kill for Tristana. So the entire purple team just melted, and that is an ace for the blue team. Good job, guys. Let's see, back to the pings, now that there is no action going on. The enemy MIA ping, each ping actually has a different sound, which is pretty interesting to me. It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to, because at least I believe it was the I'm on my way ping, it sounds a lot like a caution one. I don't know, for some reason it always makes me think caution, but it's actually not. So it's definitely gonna take some getting used to. Each one has its own little sound, and each one has its own symbol as well. Like, if you do the enemy MIA ping, which is up, again, like I said, it makes a little question mark on the map where you pinged, and it shows it on the mini-map as well. So your teammates can just look at the mini-map and know that your teammate there, or your enemy is missing from there, which is a much easier way of letting everybody know that you have a person MIA than having to type it or anything like before. So, I just saw LeBlanc die to Irelia, who's right here. She went ahead and took the blue buff, and I guess the LeBlanc came to get blue as well. And Irelia just decimated her. So let's see, Irelia's just kind of sticking around here. I guess she decided to wait in this bush on the off chance that somebody decided to come and get blue, and indeed LeBlanc did come to get blue. LeBlanc has no idea Irelia's waiting here, and Irelia says hi, stuns her, and just utterly destroys her instantly. LeBlanc tried to jump out of it, but the ignite from Irelia did take her down. So very nice by the Irelia. Not bad at all. I believe it was ignite, wasn't it? Yep, her ignite is on cooldown. There's a lot of pings going down on Irelia. The blue team, purple team really wants her. But oh, there we go. Now they see her. She went in on Taric. Taric went ahead and stunned her. Now the rest of the three teammates are there. She did flash over that wall. Now she used her ulti to go ahead and do some damage to them. Blitzcrank is coming in. She just went in on the Vayne, trying to take down the Vayne. The rest of Vayne's team is not sticking around for this, and now the rest of their both teams is there. Vayne just went down to Irelia. Finally, Irelia is getting really low, but she's not going to die because the rest of the purple team is still falling back. The odd one goes to a down. Taric, I believe. No, it was Jace. Jace just got pulled, so he goes down as well. And now Taric and LeBlanc are the only ones left alive. So there's a ping there from the purple team. Nidalee and Nocturne are both pushing up mid. There was a bit of damage there from LeBlanc trying to take down that Nidalee, but it did not end up working. And now LeBlanc does go down to the Nocturne. The Nocturne just uses ulti. Nocturne's now trying to take down this Taric for the ace, and he does end up getting the ace. And Nocturne lived, even while taking the tower. So the rest of his team was pushing the tower in the meantime, so they are still pushing up here. Tristana's using her ability to just destroy these towers, just rolling through them. Down it goes, and they are now going in on this inhibitor. The rest of their team is going in on this inhibitor a little bit, but the Vayne is pushing them back. Jace is coming to push them back from this inhibitor, but they do end up taking it down beforehand. So they're still pushing it a little, and now this inhibitor is under attack as well. Tristan's coming in. The Vayne just got hit a lot. Vayne does end up going down to the Irelia. Jace is on the run. The blue team is going to go ahead and take down this inhibitor. Down it goes. They still have plenty of towers over here, though, so, you know, that's good. But the blue team is pushing here. It looks like they're trying to go in on this tower a little bit now. They're going to... For now, they're just being fairly cautious, going ahead and poking, using the Nidalee, and trying to get a grab, but kind of misfiring there and hitting nothing instead. LeBlanc's doing a little bit of damage there, jumping in, but not really the best of ideas because she jumped in and ended up dying. But now the Irelia did go down to the Hecarim, and now XJ9, the Nocturne's actually going to go down as well. Tristana did take down the Hecarim, but Tristana's actually double taking both towers, so she goes down as well to Jace. So that ended up being a 3 for 2. Now Blitzcrank and Nidalee are on the run. Jace is going after Blitzcrank because Blitzcrank is low. Nidalee's spear almost got him, but it did end up missing, and now Nocturne's still running away. Nidalee's spear missed yet again, and now, unfortunately for Jace, he just got hit by 2 there. He's trying to take down the Nocturne before he dies, or the Blitzcrank before he dies. He doesn't end up doing it, but now in comes the Vayne. She's going in on the Oh, she does end up going in on the Blitzcrank, actually. She does take him down. Now she's going in on the Nidalee, and she is going to go ahead and take her down as well, I believe. She does. Nidalee tried to use her barrier to get out of that alive, but she did not end up making it. Now, LeBlanc is currently the only one back here, and like I said, she's really not able to do too much to the minions. She destroyed a few of them, but her abilities really aren't AoE. They are all, I kill one person really fast. But when it comes to minions, killing one of them really fast really isn't that hard anyway. So, her abilities are not all that useful when it comes to killing minions, but she was able to keep them from destroying the tower as well, you know, with the help of the other minions. And now the rest of her team is up. Vayne just came back. Vayne got a couple kills. Because of that couple kills, she's now 6-8-2. So she's still behind Tristana in assists, and a little bit behind in CS, although not very far there. So she is still quite a bit behind in gold, but not nearly as far behind. And if you take a look at the items here, you do notice one of the other changes. A whole bunch of people have Blade of the Ruined King. It was changed in this... Oh, they're going in on Baron again. They do get it for free. There were, yet again, no wards from the purple team. Now the purple team says, hey, we should probably go check that, but it's too late. And Taric is about to die. Sorry, Taric. Taric does flash out of it and uses his ulti, but he does end up going down to the Irelia. But yeah, the Blade of the Ruined King was changed in this patch. It does a little less attack damage, I believe, but the attack speed was added. So it's a whole lot more useful now for people who need attack speed. Tristana just took down the LeBlanc, but died herself. Nocturne took down a tower, and, well, that's where, you know, she died. So, the Blade of the Ruined King is changed, and apparently it's a lot better. A whole lot of people build it now, whereas before it was fairly rare to see. But, at least so far, in the streams I've been watching today, it seems like the Blade of the Ruined King is built at least once in every match. A lot of times you have everybody in the match building it. Irelia just went in on the Vayne. Vayne did punt her out, but she was taken down by the Nidalee Spear. Irelia does go down to Jace. So the purple team is still managing to defend these towers. This tower's almost gone, but the Nocturne ulti did push Nocturne out. They do end up taking down this tower with their minions because the rest of the purple team was going in on them. And now this tower goes down as well. So the only thing left is the Nexus, and it is going to die. Blue team's doing their best to take it down, and there it goes. Very nice. Okay, so yeah. Blade of the Ruined King definitely seems to be a whole lot more popular now that it has been changed. The components to it were changed as well a little bit, but not nearly as much as the Blade of the Ruined King itself, and it is really popular now. Pretty much all the AD carries build it. Whereas before, if the AD carry built it, they get mocked and called a noob because they built Blade of the Ruined King. So, it's interesting to see how just one little patch just makes it need to have for everybody. But that's pretty much what happened in this match. Let's go ahead and take a look at the items here. LeBlanc with 143 CS versus Nidalee with 152. That's pretty close there. LeBlanc has a Rabadon's Void Staff, Sorcerer's Shoes with the Home Guard enchant, Cage's Lucky Pick, and a Doran's Ring versus Nidalee, who has Athene's Unholy Grail, Morellonomicon, Morello, Needlessly Large Rod, Sorcerer's Shoes, and a Tear the Goddess. Jace has a Trinity Force, Mercury's Tread with the Alacrity enchant, BF Sword, Vampiric Scepter, he was going for Bloodthirster it looks like, Doran's Blade, and a Health Potion. He has 180 CS versus Irelia with only 155, so he actually did better in the CS department. When it comes to the kills, though, he's way behind. Irelia has a Trinity Force, Blade of the Ruined King, Sword of the Divine, BF Sword, Pickaxe, and a Ninja Tabi. No enchant there. The Taric and Blitzcrank little thing. Taric has 22 CS versus Blitzcrank's 30. Understandably small because they are supports. Taric has Aegis of the Legion, Ruby Sightstone, Ninja Tabi with the Home Guard enchant, and a Philosopher's Stone versus Blitzcrank, who has Aegis of the Legion, Ruby Sightstone, Ninja Tabi, Chain Vest, Tear of the Goddess, and a Doran Shield. So he's quite a bit ahead of there. He does have 13 assists, whereas Taric only has 9, and he's got one more kill as well. Hecarim has 129 CS to 228. That is huge. That's a huge difference there. The kills are about the same. Assists are slightly more for Nocturne, but that difference in CS is ridiculously large. Hecarim has a Frozen Heart, Lock of the Iron Solari, Warden's Mail, Ninja Tabi, Giant's Belt, and a Spirit Stone versus Nocturne with a Triforce, Blade of the Ruined King, Spear of the Ancient Golem, Hex Drinker, and Berserker's Greaves. No enchant. Neither one had any enchant. Finally, we've got the AD carries. 5 CS off of each other. Vayne has 170 versus 175 for Tristana. The Vayne has Infinity Edge, Blade of the Ruined King, Warden's Mail, and Berserker's Greaves versus Tristana, who has Blade of the Ruined King, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, BF Sword, Berserker's Greaves with the Home Guard enchant, and Doran's Blade. Difference there is in large part in the kills and assists. So there we go. Unfortunately for the Odd One and his team, they did end up getting beat by XJ9 and his team. Yes, those are the only ones I really know. So, it was a very good game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I shall see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.